Hello viewers, today we will discuss an important topic of crystallography, that is the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. Normal class is usually very important in terms of crystal systems because many questions comes from the normal class. So let's see what is the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. Myself JP Singh, and let's start the today's discussion. First of all, let's have a look on the pattern of the lecture. First we will connect our previous knowledge with the current lecture. Then we will see the definition of class in terms of crystallography. Then we will see the basics of hexagonal crystal system. How many axes are there in hexagonal crystal system? What is the relation between the axes? Then we will see the classes in the hexagonal crystal system. Okay. After that, we will discuss development of various forms with respect to symmetry elements, especially in terms of hexagonal crystal system. Then you have to attempt an assignment. So you need to listen the lecture very carefully so that you can attempt this assignment. And at last, I will tell you some references. So let's start with very fundamental of crystallography. You can see here sodium chloride crystal, and the basic unit is known as unit cell. And repetition of unit cell in a particular pattern will create a complete crystal. So here you can see the symmetry elements, or you can say symmetry operations. These symmetry operations will control the various forms in that particular crystal system. Here you can see the rotation operation. Here you can see the reflection operation, where you can see the mirror image of each other. Then here you can see the concept of center of symmetry. When there is a point in the another direction at same distance, you can say there is a center of symmetry. We will discuss about it in coming lectures as well. Here the combined operation roto-inversion, rotation plus inversion. Here you can see the well developed crystal, and these are the smooth surfaces which bound the crystal is known as the faces, and this is the symbol for the presentation of the face. This is known as Miller indices. We will also discuss about it. Then you can see the various forms in crystallography, different kind of shapes, also known as the forms. So this is the basic about the crystallography. We also discussed these concepts in our previous lectures. Here we are discussing about the normal class of the various crystal system. So first of all, you must know about the class, or it is also known as the point group. Basically, point group or class is the combination of symmetry operations. There are various kind of symmetry operations as we discussed in our previous slide. Okay. So on the basis of these symmetry operations, if we look in the 2 dimension, it will be 2 dimension, there are 10 point groups, or we can say class. But in 3D, there are 32 point groups or class. So if we see the hierarchy in the crystallography, you can see the broadest classification is a system, then class, after that form, faces, and unit cell. So here we are discussing about the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. So this is the part of class. Okay. Now hexagonal crystal system is very unique crystal system because in other crystal system you will see the 3 axes, but here there are 4 axes. So this is quite unique crystal system. Out of these 4 axes, 3 of the axes fall in the horizontal plane and 1 is the vertical plane. 1 fall in the vertical plane. So the axis in the horizontal plane can be represented by A1, A2 and A3. Okay. But you have to keep in the mind that one end of this axis is the positive end and another is the negative end. Okay. Similarly, in the vertical axis also, upper end is the positive end and lower end is the negative end. Okay. So you can see this is the axial diagram of hexagonal crystal system. These are the minerals which crystalline in hexagonal crystal system. Apatite and tourmaline are very important examples. Now you can see the shape of various crystal in hexagonal crystal system. This kind of shape you can observe in hexagonal crystal system. Here the important condition is for the hexagonal crystal system, the axes in the horizontal plane are of equal length. You can see here A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A3, but vertical axis will be of different length, so is not equal to C. Similarly, you can see the angle between the horizontal axis will be 120 degree and the vertical axis will be perpendicular to this plane which contain the horizontal axis. Okay. Now, if come to the classes, then you can see that basically in hexagonal crystal system you can observe the two division. One is trigonal division and second is hexagonal division. Trigonal division is mainly characterized by the axis of threefold symmetry, you can see here, and hexagonal crystal division is characterized by axis of sixfold symmetry. Okay, so you can see here these classes represent the trigonal division and these lower represent the hexagonal division. Okay, as per syllabus we will focus on the this hexagonal division and we will see the normal class. Here you can see this is the Hermann-Mugian symbol. We will talk about the Hermann-Mugian symbol. This column represents the symmetry element in that particular class and this is the name of the class. Okay, as we have discussed earlier also, the class having maximum number of symmetry element is known as the normal class of that crystal system. So here you can see here maximum number of symmetry elements are available. So this is the normal class of hexagonal crystal system, or we can say hexagonal division. Okay. Now let's understand the Hermann-Mugian symbol, which is very important to understand the crystallography. If we look at the class of this crystal system, the first position refers to the vertical axis. As we have seen, one is the vertical axis and three are the horizontal axis. So first position, here you can see first position, second position and third position. So first position refer to an axis, that is vertical axis. The second position refer to any of the horizontal axis. Out of three horizontal axis, the second position represents this horizontal axis. And third position refers to an axis which bisect these main principal crystallographic axis in the horizontal plane. Okay, so this represents an axis which bisect the 60 degree. As we have seen, the angle between the three principal axes in horizontal plane of hexagonal crystal system are inclined at an angle of 120 degree. So if we will take the bisect of that, it will be 60 degree. Okay, so the third position represent this axis which bisect the 60 degree angle between the adjacent horizontal crystallographic axis. Now you can see that 6 in the first position for all the classes in this crystal system. So it represents the axis of sixfold symmetry, that is the vertical axis, and M represents the mirror plane, that may be the parallel or perpendicular to an axis. Okay, so you have to keep in the mind these very important parameter: axis of symmetry and its fold, how many fold, and then mirror plane, that may be parallel or perpendicular to the axis. Now let's take the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. As we have seen, this class with symbol this is having maximum number of symmetry element for the hexagonal crystal system or hexagonal division. So this is the normal class of hexagonal system named as dihexagonal dipyramidal. Okay, so here you can see the symmetry element. Here you can observe 7 axes of symmetry, 7 plane of symmetry and a center of symmetry. Okay, beryl is the example of mineral which crystallize in normal class of hexagonal crystal system. Here you can see axis of symmetry. There are 7 axes in all. One is the vertical axis, that is of 6-fold symmetry, and 6 are the horizontal axis that are of 2-fold symmetry. Similarly, plane of symmetry are also 7. One is the horizontal plane. You can observe here This is the vertical plane that contain the 6 axes of two-fold symmetry. All these axes of symmetry contained in this plane, and 6 are the vertical planes. These are the vertical planes, also include the diagonal planes. Okay, and center of symmetry is also there. Center of symmetry, because if we select this point and we pass through the center of the crystal, we will find a similar point at equal distance. Okay, so center of symmetry is also there. I hope you understand this concept about the symmetry elements in the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. Now I would like to show you some forms and how these forms are nomenclatured in the crystallography. The simplest one is Padian, that is a single phase form. Okay, you can see here. Then pinacoid, this is a form having a pair of parallel planes. You can see here parallel planes, so this is known as pinacoid. Then dome, a form consisting of two non-parallel faces symmetrical with respect to a mirror plane. Here you can see this is the mirror plane which divide these two non-parallel faces in a symmetrical manner. And sphenoid is also similar to this form, but here this is symmetrical with respect to a two-fold rotation axis. This is the rotation axis, two-fold rotation axis. Okay. Some another forms are prism. Prism basically a open form composed of 3, 4, 6, 8 or 12 faces, and all the faces are parallel to same axis. So in this diagram you can observe that this is the axis about which we are talking, and these are the faces of this form. Okay, so you can see that here all faces in this plane or zone, we can say, are parallel to this vertical axis. Okay, so this form is known as the prism. Here you can see trigonal prism. Similarly you can see trigonal prism, tetragonal prism. Okay, so basic characteristics of prism form is all the faces are parallel to the same axis. Okay, then pyramid is also important form. Especially you will see the pyramidal form in hexagonal crystal system. So this is another form which is composed of 3, 4, 6 or 12 non-parallel faces that meet at a point. Okay, you can see here all the faces are meeting at a common point. Okay, so this is the characteristics of pyramid. And if the form is extended in upper half and lower half, then it is known as the dipyramid. Okay, here you can see dipyramid. So we will also see the dipyramidal form in the hexagonal crystal system. Now come to the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. You will find the various forms in the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. First one is hexagonal dipyramid of first order. We will also talk about the meaning of this order. Then six-sided prism of second order, hexagonal dipyramid of second order, hexagonal prism of second order, then dihexagonal dipyramid, then dihexagonal prism, and we will also see some combined form. Okay, now coming to the first form, how this form will grow or develop in the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. You can see here hexagonal dipyramid. If the face cut two of the horizontal axes at equal length and parallel to the third one, and also intersect the C axis, the Miller symbol for this fundamental form would be 1, 0, 1 bar and 1. Okay, here as the name indicate hexagonal dipyramid, the similar faces extend in the upper and lower half. Thus this is the 12 face form. You can see in the diagram. So if we understand the basics of this form, you can see that each face cut two of the horizontal axes. So you can see 1, 2, 3. There are 3 horizontal axes, and this face or every face cut these two axes. okay, but parallel to the this third one, okay, and it is also cutting the C axis, okay. So 6 faces will grow on the upper half and 6 will grow in the lower half. So this is a 12 phase form that is known as hexagonal dipyramid of first order. Now 6-sided prism of first order, this form is also grow from the previous form. You can see that if the intercept of the C axis is increased to infinity, the resulting form would be 6-sided prism of first order. Similarly, you can see that as we have seen the definition of the prism, all the faces should be parallel to a common axis. So if this is the common axis, you can see all the faces are parallel to this axis, and this form is grown from the previous form. So it will also cut these two axes, okay. So this is about the 6-sided prism of first order. When we talk about the second order, you can see that if the face cut all the crystallographic axes, but two axes at equal length and third horizontal axis at half of this distance, then this form is quite similar to the first order dipyramid in its external appearance, but there is a basic difference. If you observe it very closely, you can determine that difference. Here you can see that these are horizontal axes, and out of these axes you can see that this face is intersecting these axes as well as this axis, but this face is cutting this axis at half distance, okay, and also cutting the C axis. This is the case with all the faces. So this is also 12 face form, 6 face on the upper half and 6 face in the lower half. But the difference with the previous form is that means first order. In the first order, the face is cutting two axes at equal length and parallel to the third, but here face is cutting all the 3 horizontal axes, 2 at equal length and third one is at half of that this distance, okay. So I hope you understand this form as well. Similarly, from this form we can assume or we can imagine hexagonal prism form of second order. So if we simply consider that intercept of C axis of second order dipyramid is increased to infinity, then we will get a prism of second order, okay. Now next form is dihexagonal dipyramid. Dihexagonal dipyramid will grow if the face cut all the 3 horizontal axes at different length and C axis as well. The element of symmetry requires the 11 additional similar faces, all the scalene triangle in the upper half and 12 in the lower half. Thus this will be a form of 24 faces called dihexagonal dipyramid, okay. You can see here what is the basic condition. Face is cutting 3 horizontal axes at different length and it's also cutting the C axis, okay. So we will get 12 face on the upper half and 12 face in the lower half. So this is a 24 faced form, okay. And each face, you can identify the each face is a scalene triangle, okay. So when you identify the various form, you have to keep in your mind what is the intercept of the face on the axis and what is the shape of the faces as well as number of faces in that particular form. This is important to identify a particular form. Similarly, you can see dihexagonal prism. Simply if intercept of C axis of dihexagonal dipyramid extend to infinity, you will get a prism, and this form can be represented by the symbol HKIO. So here you can understand that face is cutting all the 3 horizontal axes at different length, but this is parallel to the C axis because we are talking about the prism, okay. We can also see the basal pinacoid. ओके, बेसल पिनाकोइड का जो हमने बात की थी, द फेसिस हैविंग टू पैरेलल पेयर ऑफ फेसिस, सो वन फेस इज दिस एंड वन फेस इज दिस, ठीक है. सो दैट इज आल्सो एसोसिएटेड विथ दिस बेसल पिनाकोइड. लेट्स मूव टू नेक्स्ट. Apart from these forms, there are also some combined form. You can see here combined form, two first order dipyramid in combined form. Then also you can see first order and second order hexagonal dipyramids. This is also combined form. Similarly, first order prism and first order dipyramid. Okay, you can see here this is the prism and this is the pyramid. Okay. Also the first order prism, second order dipyramid, first order dipyramid and basal pinacoid. So you can see the number of form can exist in the combined form as well. Okay, so here you can see 1 2 3 4 and 5. So this is the combination of 5 type of forms. Okay, so this is about the various forms in the normal class of hexagonal crystal system. Now this is the assignment for you. Student have to identify these various forms of normal class of hexagonal crystal system, and in the comment section or in assignment form you have to write the name by denoting 1. So you can answer it like that: 1 name of the form, 2 name of this form, 3 name of this form, 4 name of this form, and like that. Okay, so if you listen the lecture carefully, you will be able to attempt this assignment. These are the references you can utilize for your further study of crystallography. So I hope you understand the concept of normal class of hexagonal crystal system. Thank you very much for watching this video.